And good morning, everybody. I know it is really early in the morning on a Monday morning, but we have some good stuff for you. We're gonna be going over the disposal draft. We're also gonna be talking about any Black Monday news that might be popping on, and we are going to be joined by by another member of the United Football Media, because and we are your number one source for any football league coverage. He should be joining us very shortly. Um, I can see him speaking. I don't think it has been a little bit. So let me get this walking. I see him speaking, but I'm not hearing him. So I think I need to fix my settings. Hold up.
So let me know if you just happen to hear me.
Okay. Yep. We should be able to hear you now.
All right. Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome, Buck. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. I mean, of course, we already do have some kind of leaked names, possibly, if we want to discuss those right before we get the entire list. But I mean, you were talking about Black
Yeah.
Monday. Finally, of course, Steamboat Ron. He is now, of course, out of the Commanders.
Yep.
I mean, we heard the Arthur Smith news last night. I'm personally expecting there's probably going to be some more. I think we're due for one more, but because I'm a big believer in bad news comes in three. But hey, I'm just excited because I finally talk about UFL stuff.
Oh yeah, I know it is great to finally have some more UFO news, because I feel like this is gonna be a great season,
Oh yes, I mean I'm excited. I know there's the unfortunality.
Yeah. Yeah, and 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 you're gonna have some stiff competition, though. I know that the Roughnecks defense is looking is looking pretty is looking pretty stacked, and that I also know that the Battlehawks receivers all looking freaking beautiful. But I just don't know who's gonna be. I just don't know who's gonna be throwing them the football.
You're looking at a possibility of Alex Magoo could come back. You then have J.M.R. Smith, who is set, who is signed, ready to go, and then of course here's another thing also. The Stallions so far for the past two seasons have had a different starting quarterback because of injuries, yes, but at the same time, whoever is for some reason the second string has always come out and somehow just popped off, and it's amazing to see. So will we see this happen again? That's something I've been kind of asking myself.
Yeah, and we're going to get a lot of those answers today, but we're going to be bringing 75 players. We're going to be bringing the 75 players to training camp, and we know that anything can happen. That's what I love about the spring league. is anybody can be the next superstar.
Oh, 100%. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of the point of a spring league. It's again, it's to get guys film. It's to see them pop off. I mean, we've already seen that kind of already happen. I mean, Brandon Aubrey, I mean, and Cavante Turpin, they're right now the stars of kind of saying, all right, spring leagues are going to bring you that success. I mean, Aubrey, of course, he was going to have a record until that blocked field goal yesterday. Turpin, I mean, it's just again, we could possibly say one of the best, punt returners in like the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see. That's one of those things that are exciting to see. And who's going to be kind of the breakout star for 2024? That's now the question everyone's asking.
Yep, and it can really be anyone, and I think that is what is so great. That what is so great about this module is the fact that we the fact that we have a much larger player base, to choose from. So I think we are all going to be putting on a um, much more competitive product. So it's going to be fantastic.
Hmm. So I think the question is right now, how is this draft order going to get dropped? Because I see speculation it's going to be a video stream. I see speculation they're just going to drop a list. I'm very interested to see what the UFL does because, I mean, this was only put out yesterday,
Yeah.
so maybe they did kind of film it and then they're just going to throw a stream on and act like it's live. I don't know.
I would love for there to be a video stream, but honestly, I suspect it is just gonna be a graphic. Like it seems like the UFO that the UFO is unfortunately playing catch up on the media side of things. That's my only
Yeah,
concern.
yeah, that's the thing. I think part of it. I mean, look, we didn't. I'll say this: there's both speculation and there's some truth to
Yeah, yeah,
how the merger really screwed up some things in terms of operation. And I think we're probably seeing. Hopefully, by February everything's kind of set. But I think through January we're probably going to see how things are going to look divided and split until about February.
yeah. And and it is to be expected because you know that the media team was probably the last to know about the module, and and so that definitely put a switch on things. But I suspect that they should be able to put on a pretty good product. So just gotta wait and see.
Oh yeah, I think you got the best of both worlds when it comes to the football side of things. I mean, I will fully defend Moose and his decisions when it came to someone who watched the USFL. I mean, my opinion that was the better big gameplay of the
Yeah.
two leagues. But still, I'm interested to see how things play out.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be interesting. Now, let me get you added, and and what do you go by? And do you just go by
Oh
Duck?
yeah, just throwing buck. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And if you want to turn on your webcam, then you
Oh,
can do that. Or
no,
not.
no,
I get
no.
it. It's really early in the morning.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. I basically woke up, took a shower, and then said, "Hey, you still ready to go?"
And Stallion, and what do you, what do you, and and what do you call your,
Oh,
what do you call
yeah,
your
the
show?
show. It is
Yeah.
Stallions Run. So Buck from Stallions Run, of course. For anyone listening, is like, oh yeah, when's that going to return? Me and I'm gonna have it's gonna be a duo show this year. I'm gonna wait until until Wednesday when it's announced. But I'm going to have another host with me this go around. So it's not gonna be just a solo show this season. Going to have someone with me to kind of talk about all the
Excellent.
stallions going on.
Excellent, man. And there's a lot of the news that's going to be coming on. So you guys have a lot to catch up on.
Oh yeah, what I'm really excited for is again shout out to PFN and the ref. They dropped the news that we're potentially getting the schedule around or on January 15th. If I'm going to guess based on track record, it's probably the 15th because that happens to line up with today by chance. Like there's no way that's a coincidence if you're having the news drop today, um, because today's the 8th. A week from today is the 15th. So interesting times up ahead. I'm very excited to see what the schedule is going to look like. I'm a little disappointed that they're having Birmingham on the road for opening weekend. I think that's a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
But still, I'm just trying to figure out now. So we know probably our XFL away games. We have Arlington. I don't think they're going to take us back to Texas. So I'm trying to figure out if we're going to be playing away at St. Louis or in DC. That's two home environments I'm probably going to travel up for and see if I get a chance. I would really like to go to either of those arenas.
Oh yeah, the the dome is a great place to watch football. But you have to expect that you're going to be the few non-Battlehawks fans up at that stadium, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, just go back and look at the footage. Birmingham fans can travel. Trust me. I mean, go back and look at the Michigan game. There was a good chunk of Stallions fans hanging out at Ford Field. So
Yeah, yeah. But hey, so that would make for a great time then. A great time.
yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think we got the eight strongest markets coming into this league. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen on that front and how things are kind of just going to happen. I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of the main word we can use because again, uh, I mean, look, my guess in terms of the schedule, you know, it's probably going to be like, all right, division teams play twice, one away, one at home, and then you're going to get your four XFL teams. They're going to play somewhere one time. I mean, well, it's not the greatest thing, where you have only eight teams, but hey, it's exciting at least.
Yeah. But even though we only have eight even though we only have eight teams, but I think we're going to have eight very solid teams. So I think that's a benefit for this year. And I have to give it up to Ace from the Roughneck, the Roughneck rundown, and he's been absolutely killing it over these last couple of days. He's been coming out with fantastic, like fantastic like fantastic updates. Like he already has a beautiful graphic up, like for the unofficial releases for the
Oh yeah,
Wolf Necks. So
oh yeah, yeah. That's something that I do want to kind of get into that because let me actually just
yeah,
go grab. Let's go grab. I mean, we can talk about
yeah,
this
you can grab a
Battlehawks or the
drink. That's
Science
fine.
first. Oh no, no, I'm gonna grab the list of the unofficial
Oh,
dispersal draft.
yeah, yeah. We 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 can get into it a little bit, but we know that the official is going to be coming out in about in uh, in about 7 minutes. But what would you say is your most surprising? Um,
Surprising picks so far
yeah,
are
that you've seen.
hmm, um a lot of them I'm not really surprised about because I mean like I talked about when the Chris Blewett pick was the first one that got leaked. Um, God, I mean I'm not surprised that was a big hole we had to fill. I'm kind of surprised though. I guess the part is they went with a kind of a dispersal draft pick. I thought they were going to go probably with free agency, and when free agency pickup never happened, I was like, oh okay, that's weird. But to be fair, that could have been a merger wait for a bit. Otherwise, I don't know. Hey, let me go grab the list one more time. Make sure I'm not saying something wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
Uh, okay. Um. Yes. Here's one. Calvin Ashley. Now, let me say, great pick. I felt like though the O line was very much set, so I was very surprised to see an offensive lineman picked up in this draft. Now, to be fair, we don't know the releases yet of the people who got cut when all the teams had to go down to 52 players.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe O line was affected. And they felt like that Ashley was a better pickup on that front, but I was expecting maybe more defensive picks and less offensive picks.
Mm. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So who's been your surprising pickup in terms of the Battlehawks and, of course, their pick from the XFL side of things?
Well, I was surprised that they went with I was surprised that they went with the Jockey person. Although I know that he's one of the best wide receivers that is in our league, but but we really needed a good quarterback, and we already we already had Hakeem. We already had Hakeem Bello. I would have much rather them used it on one of the top quarterbacks because
Now,
I will be honest with you. I am not feeling very confident on our quarterback squad.
mm, so now I have a question that I'm going to ask in terms of we don't have all the picks out yet. Just what we have
Yeah.
so far is just leaked out. Do you think that St. Louis might have picked up a quarterback and possibly it's just not come out yet?
Well, I am sure that they have picked one up, but I am positive that Shaquille Person would have been the number one pickup because he is such a big name that there's no way that he would have made it through the first round. So I'm just saying, like I would have liked just one of the top quarterbacks. And I am a Green Bay Packer fan, and so I like my top tier quarterback play. So
Yeah, you definitely got that with Green Bay. So, and I get that. It's always like, all right. I guess I don't know. It's been a weird thing with the Stallions because we've had great offenses, but we've always in the past 2 seasons, but for some reason we've always had a better defense that just can lock down an
Yep.
offense majority of the time. So I'm kind of the camp where like, okay, let's have a good quarterback, but at the same time, that Skip Holtz game plan. It's always defense. Zach Potter, he can go get defensive guys. So I'm not like super like, all right, we gotta make sure we got that offense rolling because with what we have right now at the same time, you're bringing back that majority of that 2023 Stallions offense, and you have the addition, of course, of Jamar
Yep.
from 2022. It's like I'm not super concerned. Now, week 3, I could be very, very much upset, but right now, I'm not like, oh God, woe is me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, yeah. I am definitely not. I am definitely not. I I am definitely not complaining because I like pretty much every 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 one of the pickups. I just have that. I just have that one glaring blind spot.
Yeah,
That's all
and
that
to
is.
and to be fair, that is a giant blind spot in terms of okay, who's going to be my quarterback? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Especially since we had AJ McCarron last year, so and
Yeah,
and I and I highly doubt that he will that that he will come back for the spring league. So
I mean, it's possible. You never know. He could, there could be a situation where come February they say, all right, we got to cut you loose. So
yeah, it is a possibility, but hey, but and and for his sake though, and then I hope that they keep him on. Hope they 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 keep him on.
all right. Well, it is 9 o'clock. We should be getting something right now. I'm looking at the XFL Twitter,
Yep.
which is of course XFL 2023, and I'm looking
Yep.
at the UFL website. I am not
Okay.
seeing anything yet.
Yep. It looks like we just got a link to the Wastos,
Oh, yep. Here we go.
and it isn't
Hey,
working. It's
yep.
not working. Beautiful.
I
Good
see
job,
that.
guys.
I see that the XFLIT team is still at peak performance.
Yep, she got that. Mwah, beautiful. It isn't like we got all these people that are doing that are doing a little live show right now. Let's see if I can get there by just going
Yeah.
straight to the website and then
Yeah. Oh, that's a
getting there.
smart idea. All right. I'm going to guess that the file has the page is basically turned off because I do not see it anything on the main website.
Yeah. Which they gotta fix the main. They have a million things that they need to work on.
I mean, the website it is what it is. It's just basically get up,
Oh,
quick information and stuff like that.
they have removed it off of the XFL Twitter page.
I still
Oh,
got it. Oh, there we go.
oh,
Post has been deleted.
yeah. So, guess we just got to wait another couple minutes, guys. But
Have you tried
this,
turning it back on and off again?
yeah, you have to try turning it on and back off again. Well, that was very anticlimactic.
I love broken links. Toot, 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 toot.
I'll keep refreshing the Wastos page and
Oh yeah,
doing this. We'll get in
I'm
there.
looking at the NFL Twitter right now.
But it definitely seems like it is just going to be a straight link, which is
It's up. It's up. The roster page is up.
watch page is up.
It is
Okay,
up.
beautiful.
I'm looking at Arlington right now.
Oh, and it's just the straight up wash. It's not even breaking down who they picked up, about who they
Previous
picked
team.
up.
So okay, so we're gonna get like the entire team. Okay.
Yeah, so we're getting the entire teams. Well,
Where's
do you want
Birmingham?
to? Where's this? Do you want to go with these Stallions?
No, it's your stream. We'll go over the St.
Oh,
Louis Battlehawks first.
it is everybody's stream. All right, so the Battlehawks. Let's see who we. We all. Wow, this is just a thing of beauty, on just on how they did this. Holy moly!
The only quarterback I see right now for St. Louis is Nick Taino. So
Yep, he was on the well. No, and we also have Manny Wilkins. Here, I'm gonna
I see
clean.
him.
Okay, and then it says where the previous team was, but not for everybody. So it looks like we didn't pick up that many
People, yeah. I mean,
people. So
that was a rumor that some teams didn't pick up as many because it looks like they're probably saving for dispersal draft phase 3. So
yeah.
let's see. St. Louis got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm gonna
6, 7, 8.
I'm gonna clean
9,
this
10,
up
11,
a little bit here.
12.
Using my power of Excel. Let me get this cleaned up.
It looks like the Battlehawks picked up 12 people in their draft. Birmingham got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people.
Okay. See, I was expecting everybody to have picked up to those 75 in this draft, just so they could see who is available. But
there we go. Big name for Birmingham, but it's finally confirmed. Channing Stribling is now a new quarterback for the Birmingham Stallions. That was a name that was rumored but never got confirmed.
nice. So I'm looking at this now that I got this cleaned up again. Looks like we picked up the Big Central Dovan West from Vegas. We picked up the pair of defensive backs that we already knew about from both Vegas and from both Vegas and Seattle. We picked up. Wow, we actually have 12. We actually have 12 defensive backs on our team right now. That is a lot.
Yeah, you're going to see some.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We picked up some pretty good guys. It looks like.
Yeah, I mean Birmingham's got some names, of course, like one you might recognize, Kenny Robinson. He's staying around as a safety. Sterling, we've already talked about. Say no more. I'm very, very excited to see. He was excellent for New Orleans. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, here's another one, defensive tackle, Cam Carter. That's a good pickup from New Jersey.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so this is pretty exciting stuff. Let's see. I'm going.
Yeah,
through.
It is. Yeah, I think now just everyone's kind of waiting. For the 20. It's going to be 15th. That's a week from today. 29th. Oh, they're going to be doing stuff on Mondays because the 15th, that's the for the schedule drop. 22nd, we don't know. That's probably something else. The
Yep.
29th, that's the dispersal draft, part 2. So something that's exciting to kind of see. Looks like throughout Mondays for the rest of the month, we're going to get news before training camp happens in Arlington.
Yeah. Wow. It seems like the the San Antonio Bombers have replaced almost half of the team.
I mean, to be fair, San Antonio it's going to be a completely different team at this point because, of course, you have Wade Phillips coming in
Yeah,
as
yeah.
new
Oh,
head coach.
yes, that is a very good point.
But yeah, I mean, hang on. Let's
Which
see. Who is?
explains why they picked up so many of the
They only
Houston
picked up
players.
they only picked up Houston players. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, they pretty much made this
Oh,
a
I
joint
lie.
thing.
They also picked up one Sea Dragon, and they also picked up one Guardian.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Yeah, it's basically going to be the San Antonio Roughnecks.
Well, the San Antonio Gamblers. Even though, yeah, which that also led to the Roughnecks needing to pick up quite a bit, which is it looks like they have picked up. Let's see, how many people do they have on the roster now? I have to
That's
go.
close to 20. That's quite a bit of names.
Yeah, just gonna do some quick math. So they picked up they went up to on Excel. Walk with me here. I am live on stream. Don't do this to me. Looks like they are up to 62 players. So they still got some room to pick up,
Yeah,
but not many.
so right now rosters can get up to 70 people. Let me check
Yep.
Birmingham real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I think they can go up to 70. They can they should get up to 75 people um before training camp on the 24th, which I don't see why they would not.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I think everyone should expect that they're going to be full rosters. It's just the idea is, all right, how far are you willing to go with cuts?
Yeah, yeah. And you guys have
I'm trying to figure that out right now. Hold on. Let's see.
you
So it goes from
you
two to.
you
Looks
guys
like
have
we
up
have.
to 50.
Oh, we
You
got a
guys have
bunch of
53.
room.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
have 53. You guys have a lot more room
yeah,
left.
yeah. I'm probably gonna be making some big pickups in the dispersal draft. I think. I mean, with Zach Potter, I know that they always kind of looked at XFL guys looking to see if they could possibly grab.
Yep.
So my guess is the dispersal draft we might be making a big haul out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we do have all of the NFL draft all of the players that will not get picked up by the NFL draft for them to choose from eventually, and then which we might not get in till mid-season, but there's going to be plenty of players on the NFL practice squads that could potentially get picked up too.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of people we can be picking from.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Finally, the website is now considered HTTPS safe.
Well, that's good.
That was funny. Yeah, took him a second. Oh, and they also finally added the rosters on the top of the page, not just the
Hey, look at them. Oh, and looks like
I know.
we also got in another an announcement says that teams were permitted to protect 42 players and select up to 20 from the respective from the respective from the respective conference. I guess that's the reason that so many teams went up to 62. Bring those
Yeah,
results. Each remaining conference team protect blah blah blah. Okay, so that's not that much to look. Not too much information on that page. I'm so glad that I read that. So yeah, that's exciting stuff, and I don't want to dive too much into each player because I know that we're going to be having some top-notch videos that are going to be coming out on the United Football Media YouTube channel. So we're going to have to definitely look forward to that. So so everyone should definitely hit that like button and that subscribe button so you can get the deep dive on every player on your favorite team.
yeah. One thing though, just real quick before we get back the UFL draft and gather results from that. According to Bleacher Report, the Raiders and Jim Harbaugh are in very basically. There's a lot of interest between the two, so that's potential
Really,
news that could come out after the national championship tonight.
man, the Raiders just keep making terrible choices. Like I think that they should stick with Antonio Pills.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see because I mean, if the reports are to be believed, there's a lot of player support for Pierce. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, could we see a potential player mutiny if they go with someone like Harbaugh instead? That's an interesting thing that ownership and Mark Davis is going to have to consider.
Yeah, and that's been one of the Raiders' biggest issues lately. Is is that the players have had zero support. And it also looks like the Atlanta Falcons have fired. They have fired Arthur Smith. I do not find that very surprising.
Honestly, I do because I'm a Titans fan, and of course,
Okay.
he famously had all that success in Tennessee. I'm I feel like he just never got a chance to really go within the Atlanta Falcons offense. I feel like if there's a name that should be looked at possibly in Las Vegas, Arthur Smith. I think he is
Okay.
someone who just never got the chance in Atlanta. I feel like he's someone who could be a. I know people like to say, "Oh, nepotism," because of course of who his dad is, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like he saw success in Tennessee. Yes, that was probably one of the best offensive teams ever in terms of what he had. But at the same time, I feel like if you really focus on offense with a quarterback he likes, with some other offensive players that he can work with, I feel like he is someone who could instantly take you to a Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of the general manager. Looks like we have somebody in our YouTube chat that says to pick up some Jets practice players, and that Anthony Beck has been in the building all year for media stuff. Some great guys there. Got some we could pick up Xavier Newman. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely see that, and that is a very interesting piece of information. Because if he's been hanging out there, I could definitely see him picking up some of those practice players. So
I know.
yeah,
Here's the problem though. The UFL seems to be really pushing that teams pick up guys from both the former leagues, just to, like, try to make sure guys have jobs. So
yeah, I
I
get
think
that though. I get that.
it looks like they're really discounting free agency at the moment. So that's an unfortunate reality, which it's understandable. It's kind of like, all right, you got to help the guys first that you already had before going on and getting new ones.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I get that. I get that, but uh, I I just want to put the best football team out there, but 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 we have to remember that there's plenty of people out there that have lost the expected jobs this spring. So I understand that.
okay, but the UFL should be the de facto developmental league. Yes, but at the same time, it's basically, look, it's a hard question that you have to give an answer to, because you have to be able to say, you don't want to, say, like, you have guys who feel like they got screwed over, because, oh well, the merger happened, I lost my job, just like that, because of what happened. Unfortunately, I think the UFL is making the correct hard choice. You can't just, abandon these guys. You got to at least let them go through the dispersal draft process before entering free agency and picking up people. And but
Yeah.
that's the thing, you know. Yeah, you got to give these guys a chance to at least prove themselves in this, smaller league.
Yeah, but I get that, and this season is gonna be a completely different season anyway. Unfortunately, and and just because of the module, so I see it as being more free agency focused next year. But I definitely see them pick up some NFL players, though. It would be stupid not to.
Yeah. Get it. One point the XFL USO. Yeah, I mean, but here's the problem. We're not; those guys are not on the rosters right now. The rosters
Yeah.
we're looking at, they are the rosters of who's on a team right now. None of the guys who went to the NFL are on these rosters. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
there's
yeah.
not any spots opening up right now besides the ones that are already open. So
Yep, yep, and everything would just to be speculation. It looks like it looks like and we already know about that um that Frank White was fired from the Carolina Panthers, but they just fired the general manager. But that I would say that was the expected. Looks like the Los Angeles, and we had already known uh, about Brandon Staley. So it looks like we all looks like there's no new news on the Black Monday.
yeah, I'm still expecting probably one more. I think maybe we're just gonna wait and see. God, I'm very interested because I'm just trying to think. Let's see. Um, maybe Indy. That could be a name that I could see. Vrabel, Titans seem to be sticking with him because none of the problems have been really his fault. I mean, he's been coaching
Yeah.
as hard as he can. Um, let's see. Seahawks. That's Pete Carroll's going to be there until he dies. Uh, I mean, I'm saying that as someone whose NFC team is the Seahawks. Uh, let's see. NFC's already seemingly made their moves. I think it's probably gonna be an AFC coach that we see get thrown out.
Yeah. Oh, and there's still the rumors that Bill Belichick is going to be leaving, which I think makes sense.
Oh no! According to a new report out there is saying he could potentially be giving up the GM spot to stay as head coach.
Really? Brian, I cannot see him giving up that kind of power.
I don't know because unless it's something like Carolina, where of course they just happen to fire their GM and of course Frank Wright's gone. It's like I I don't know. Carolina's kind of in a weird position where of course they don't have draft picks and stuff like that. So I don't see him willing to
Yeah,
go there.
that's a good
It
point.
sounds like maybe he's like, all right, look,
Yeah,
I'll
true.
stay around, but I'm sure he's basically going to be right there in the room making the decisions also.
Yeah. Which I see him being able to go to pretty much any football team that he wants to, though. So if he wants to, if he wants to come, if he wants, if he wants to come coach a UFL team, okay, I think we can make room. But
Yeah.
and I am right there with you. I'm right there with you, Bonnie. I think that I think that the Jets have a really good a I think that they have a really good coaching staff, and I think the players really like them. But you guys just have to get you guys just have to get your offense you get your offense figured out.
Okay, real quick thing. Just saying about the Jets offense. I really am not expecting Aaron Rodgers to be 100%. That the
No.
it feels it doesn't look that injury in his age. I don't see him being 100% ever again.
Well, and if he is truly following the Brett Favre, and that just means that he needs to move to the Minnesota Vikings, and then now it's
Yeah,
that time.
it is. Uh, all right. Well, I guess
Yeah,
I'm
there's
gonna
not
look through.
much going on.
Yeah, I'm going to look through the UFL rosters one more time and see. Barney, no offense, but coaches, they usually like to hype up their players. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that.
Let's see any names that I'm shocked. Vic Beasley going to Arlington. That's a name I don't remember ever being leaked. So that's an interesting pick.
Hmm.
Let's see. Uh, Arlington's another team that picked up a lot of Houston guys. That's another thing I'm noticing.
Well, because because I believe that's the Houston Gamblers, and so they were one of the teams that that was dismantled, right? So
Yeah, I mean, all the former, I guess for Roughnecks 1.0, everyone in that pool was put into the XFL pool.
yeah, so that's
And
reason
then
why
yeah, yeah,
there's so many Houstons.
yeah. And when we're saying Houston, we're talking about the former Roughnecks, not the new Roughnecks.
Yeah,
That's something
yeah.
to clarify. We've already talked about Birmingham, DC. Let's see. Um, DeAndre Francis, he went to DC, so that's an interesting pickup from them.
Yeah, so it looks like the looks like the Twitter account at News UFL. It looks like they put out a very interesting list. It looks like the Houston XFL Roughnecks. It looks like they had 32 players selected. Um, Looks like New Orleans seen 24 and New Jersey seen 20 players picked up, and Philadelphia seen 18. I am surprised that Seattle only seen 14 pickups, and Pittsburgh has seen 9 pickups, and Vegas 7, and Orlando only had 3 players. That is that is very surprising.
Yeah. Houston Roughnecks, of course, we knew that they were picking only from the USFL pool. I'm not seeing any big names besides Foster. I'm sure Ace is going to hate me for that one. So, but I, as a Birmingham fan and someone who actually goes to Alabama, I'm not just someone from the state who's an Alabama fan. Uh, you know, I am sad about Foster going to Houston and not playing in Birmingham. That's twice in 2 seasons that he has either chosen to go to another team or was drafted to another team. So I'm a little upset about that one. But Brandon Bowman going to Houston, that's a big pickup on tight end. I mean, of course, we already got Jay Stern in Birmingham, but man, Bowman is someone that could be scary for Houston, especially under that Curtis Johnson offense.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Otherwise, Meyer, Kramer, let's see, Rodriguez. See what?
Yeah. And
Um,
right now I'm looking through all of the social media. Just want to see if there's anything really popping off on social media. I'm not really seeing that much yet.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, this came out at 9 a.m. in the morning when there's still people. Majority of people are at work
Yeah,
or like sleeping
yeah, that's
potentially.
true.
So,
And
uh,
and we did get confirmation that the next draft is going to be on January 15th, and that free agency begins on January 16th. So next week is going to be it is going to be a really interesting week.
yeah, it is. Hold on. Barney and asking for Perez is still on Arlington. Hold on. Perez is still on the Arlington Renegades roster. He is sticking around. So we will be seeing him in action on March 30th.
Yeah. So, and here's just a quick overview of them. Let's see. We got the. Let's see. Since we talked about the Arlington, they picked up Vic Beasley. I just like that name. They picked up the actor Seth Green. Nice.
I wonder who Vic Beasley is going to like create the Antonio Brown of the UFL. I wonder who that's going to be.
Yeah. We got nice. So yeah, looks like the Arlington Renegades all set up pretty decent. But that's like I said. I think that is what is so great about this right now is the fact that the fact that everybody should be very happy. They should be very happy with the football team on March 30th. Like, because there's so many we got so many great players to choose from. So it is fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like also now at least Michigan is starting to put out the players they picked up. I'm going to see if Birmingham is doing that yet.
Yeah, I see. There are some social media going on, so it's going to be really good. So
Stallion. Maybe they're doing Michigan first, and they're gonna do that because all I'm seeing is just Birmingham retweeted a USFL tweet in the past minute or so. So
yeah, I think it is going to depend on the individual team media because it looks like the St. Louis Battlehawks. It looks like they have started sending out some information.
yeah, there we go. Memphis is just not promoting that they got Case Cookus. So that's all right. So
Yeah.
it looks like teams are kind of finding their big pick, and they're making graphics about that. So all right, that's good to see that these are starting to kind of slowly roll out.
Let's see. Teams with yep, and they just posted a nice graphic that just shows everybody who got picked up too. So
Yeah. So
it looks like everybody's media team is off and running.
yeah, I mean, I know Orlando was bad along with Vegas, but why did Orlando only have 3 people get picked up? I'm a little shocked by that.
Yeah, that like they had quite a lot of good players on the team, right?
I mean, yes and no. I think it was a mixture of coaching issues and some roster issues, but I don't know. Three's a little low. Like that felt off. You know. Now, to be fair, Houston having 32 people get picked up in the XFL pool probably was a big thing involving that because no one was protected. But at the same time, it's like, man, that three's a little low.
Yeah, yeah. But we might see a one on them in the draft on the 15th. You never know.
Yeah, that's just I don't know. I'm kind of like there could have been more. You know.
Yeah, like and like I'm looking at the leaders of like the leaders of last year. Looks like they had the quarterback of Quentin Domedy. So I wonder if he got picked up, or looks like he might have went to the Canadian Football League. We got the Devin Darrington. We got the Cody Lattimore. So they had a few people, but
Yeah.
that is very sad to see because that means that those essentially 50 people those essentially 50 people that just had their dreams destroyed. So that is always sad to see.
And now, to be fair, I think that if a player who maybe got cut, was not picked up in this first draft, there is one more opportunity for you to possibly get picked up, and then
Yeah.
if not, you always got a chance. Go play indoor,
Yeah.
go look at like the NAL or another league like that. I mean, of course, the IFL had their affiliation with the XFL last year. There's always opportunities. You have to be willing to maybe make some sacrifices to go play.
Yeah. Yep. And that is very true. That is very true. But so is there any last minute things that you would want to mention before
I'm
we wrap this up?
I'm very interested to see who's going to be active in the last dispersal draft, where both USFL and XFL talent are going to be available to pick up. I mean, there's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
some names in there. I think. Hang on, I don't think he was picked up. Let me check real quick. Yeah, names like Boogie Roberts, who was originally, played in the USFL, signed a letter of intent to play in San Antonio, right when the draft was right when the merger was about to finish up. Was not one of the 42 protected, so that's gonna be a name to pick up. I think there's gonna be more that once we kind of really know who was like not safe, and
Yep.
then we're gonna see who makes that. I think Boogie Roberts is probably gonna be like a first overall pick. He's a really good player, especially he had an excellent performance for Pittsburgh last year. So that's a name I'm really hoping maybe Birmingham makes some moves and goes grab.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So we have a lot of fun stuff. It looks like, and when do you expect to have your next video released?
All right, so the first edition of the 2024 Stallions Run that will be dropping at 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. We're recording
Okay.
that tomorrow with all the news that came out today. So that's going to be the first 2024 edition of our new show.
Excellent. And I know that everyone is looking forward to that. Um, I should have my next edition of the Blackhawks out on either Tuesday evening, no, Wednesday morning. I still have to I still have to put together all of my information and just essentially figure out exactly how I want to break this. I want I want to break this down, but I also know that we're going to have a lot of other great team coverage on the United Football Media YouTube page. So you need to definitely keep checking that, and don't forget to also follow us on Twitter. I am Kenny UFM, and what is your Twitter
You
or
can
your
find me at
X?
yeah, you can find me at Buckham USFL.
Okay, yeah. So if those nothing else, I say that this was a pretty good was a pretty good live show. I do plan on having several more live shows eventually. So keep dialed, and we will provide you the information that you guys love. But I guess we will catch you all next time.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. I don't have an ending screen, so I'm just going to send it to black.